Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we will be making a Parmesan chicken with some fresh tomatoes, some cilantro, and some onions. So let's get started. Let me get you guys a little closer. I already have my chicken, and I'm going to show you guys step by step how we're going to make our Parmesan chicken. I absolutely love this dish. It's really easy and it's super yummy. Okay, so first I have 3 chicken breasts, but I'm gonna cut some of the fat out, trim it up a little bit. I'm gonna trim some of this. And then I might even fillet my chicken so we have some really nice thin chicken breasts. Okay. I really trim a lot when it comes to my meat. Okay. I think I'm gonna fillet it. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Okay, so we have 1, 2. I'm gonna put this on my plate over here so I have more room to cut. I saw some really nice fresh tomatoes at the store. They looked great and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta make my Parmesan chicken with some fresh tomatoes. I couldn't find basil, so I'm just gonna use cilantro today. Okay, I'm definitely gonna cut this one in half as well. This one is really thick. It's definitely going to cut down on cooking time. Okay. And it's also a great dish that I like to freeze. Whatever leftovers I have, I just put in my Tupperware, throw it in a freezer. And when you guys have a super busy day, you don't have much time to cook, just pull it out. The only thing you're going to have to do is cut some fresh tomatoes, or what you can also do is, if you have a little bit marinara sauce at home, like a little bit spaghetti sauce, just top it with some spaghetti sauce. Put some mozzarella on top of it and pop it into the oven or the microwave. And you have a little Parmesan mozzarella bake. Okay. So here's my chicken. I'm gonna put a little bit salt and pepper on this. Gonna season that up a little bit. Okay. Also gonna put a little bit of Italian herbs on this chicken. Okay, I'm gonna go a little easy on this salt because we're gonna have some Parmesan in here as well, and Parmesan is pretty salty, so you can always add a little bit salt. Okay, we're going to rub this in a little bit. There we go. I'm going to turn my chicken. Salt and pepper the other side. And I will post all the ingredients in my description below. Okay. Forgot the pepper. Okay, you can rub it in a little bit more. Okay. Gonna wash my hands really quick. Since I touched the raw chicken, I want to be careful and make sure I wash my hands really well before I touch anything else. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I have 2 glass baking dishes right here. And I'm going to crack 2 eggs. Let me see if I can get you guys a little closer. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'm going to crack 2 eggs into one. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit milk to this. A little bit Italian seasoning. Going to stir that up. Make sure it's well mixed, milk and eggs. You can also do this with a fork. Okay. In my second dish, I'm going to put about 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And we're going to do about 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. Yep, easy, easy. Okay. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. So our breadcrumbs and our Parmesan cheese is well blended here. Okay, that's good. I'm going to start preheating my pan over here. I'm going to turn it on a medium heat. And now I'm going to start breading my chicken. We're going to put it in our egg mixture first. Let me get a fork. It's a little bit easier to handle it with a fork, or if you have some tongs. There we go. See if I can do it this way so you guys can see it maybe a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to make sure it's really well covered with the egg, and then I'm going to put it in here, press it down really well, make sure it's all covered with our Parmesan and our breadcrumbs. Press it in really well. Okay, there's the first one. Let's start on our second, third. I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure it's all well covered. Put it into our breadcrumbs and Parmesan. Okay. Make sure we have enough sticking to it. Okay. Gotta make sure it's all covered. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna start soaking those in here in the little egg bath. Now I used 3 big chickens for this, and you guys saw they were pretty thick. Pretty chubby chickens. Okay. Make sure it's well covered. Okay. Oopsie. There we go. I'm going to press it in again really well. Sorry guys, there's a lot of background noise going on today. It's laundry day in our house. I hope you all don't mind. Okay. Press it all in here. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, I'm going to top it off with a little bit more Parmesan once we're going to be ready to put it into the oven. Okay, I'm going to check up on my pan, see if it's nice and hot. I'm going to put my dirty dishes in the sink. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil. Oops. There. A little bit of olive oil into my skillet. As well as a little bit butter. Where is my knife? Now you can just stick with olive oil. I'm just going to do just a little bit butter. Okay. So I also have a little baking dish right next to my frying pan. This is where I'm going to put my fried chicken breasts in. See if I can turn this a little bit. There we go. I got this new camera holder, but it doesn't seem like it's very sturdy. Okay, here we go. Okay. Once your olive oil and butter are nice and hot, we can start putting in our chicken breasts. Okay, I think we can fit one more in there, a small one. There, this one here hiding is pretty small. Okay, I'm gonna fry those up. So I'm gonna get my surface ready. Just gonna clean it up a little bit, and then we can get started on our tomatoes and onions. Okay. I'm gonna put my chicken right over here. I'm gonna get a fresh bowl and a fresh cutting board. There we go. So here I have some, let me put it, fresh tomatoes. And I'm also going to use half of a white onion. Okay, I'm just going to peel off the top layer of my onion. And you can even cut up your onion and tomatoes before you start your chicken. You can cut them up, season them, put some olive oil in it and put it in the fridge. It's gonna get nice and juicy. Okay, so I'm just gonna make some small cubes. One. You can use even a whole onion, but for me, I think a half is plenty. Okay. I already washed my tomatoes, and I'm also going to cut them in some small cubes. Just like that. I'm going to turn down my heat a little bit to like a medium-low on my Parmesan chicken. So I was looking for my cilantro, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to use my dry cilantro. My daughter just told me that she fed my fresh cilantro to her bunnies, so I have some dry cilantro, which will be okay, but if you have fresh cilantro or basil at home, of course that's much better. I'm glad her rabbits enjoyed my fresh cilantro though. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick check on my Parmesan chicken. See how it looks like, if it needs to be turned. Yep, it's nice and golden brown. It's looking great. I'm going to turn it over. If you need to add more olive oil, go ahead and do that, because the breadcrumbs definitely do suck up quite of the oil in your frying pan. Okay. I'm super excited about growing fresh herbs again. There's nothing better than having some fresh herbs at home that you can just cut and use. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I think that's going to be plenty. Okay. Come here. Okay. All right. I'm going to give it a toss. Get my spoon. Okay. I think that's a pretty good ratio, tomato and onion. Now I'm going to add my dry cilantro. If you have fresh cilantro, I usually cut up about like 4 big tablespoons, or if you have basil. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a little bit so the cilantro can get a little softer. I'm going to put a little bit olive oil in here, about 1 big tablespoon. Pepper. Some salt. Ooh. Gonna give it another good stir. Okay, so here is our topping for our Parmesan chicken. So that was super easy and super quick, guys. I'm gonna put that in the fridge, and I'm gonna let that marinate for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side. I think our first 4 chicken breasts should be about ready. Yep, nice and golden brown. I'm gonna put that into my little baking dish. one I'm going to let go for another minute. Okay? I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to my pan. And then we're going to fry up our last two pieces. Okay, there we go. Put this in the sink. Fry up the rest. Okay. So I'm going to pop those into the oven for about 10 minutes at 350. I'm going to put a little bit more Parmesan cheese on it, just a little bit. And then once they come out of the oven, I will show you guys how we're going to top them off with our tomatoes and onions. Okay guys, so my Parmesan chicken is ready. I just took it out of the oven. I put one on the plate. And then I have my tomato and onion salad. And you just want to take a little bit of the tomato and onion salad and just put it right over your hot chicken. And there you go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this dish. And I will see you guys next time.